Good morning. We're going to do this beautiful sunset in Ipswich. There's the photo I'm working from with the pink sky. What's really important here is that light. Don't miss that beautiful sunlight, that sunset. It's a little squiggly there, but we're going to straighten it out and make a sun out of it. All right, let's get the blue sky in first. That's a combination of ultramarine and Windsor blue. And then on the left side, it's just water. All right, there's a big pink cloud above it. This is just cad red with some water. Little touch of Iridian yellow in there, make it a little salmon color. Staying away from the blue, just trying to keep a little space there that I'll cover up later. Right now I'm mixing it here very light. You can see how light that color is. We're just mixing it around the sunset, mixing it with the blue, so you're getting a very, very light violet color. Okay, we'll go back into that. Over here we want a very dark ultramarine and cadmium red violet here. I'm adding some cobalt blue to it to enrich it and make it blue. It'll kind of let the blue run where it wants to create a sense of cloud. You know, smoky feeling. All right, so the pink has settled in. So what I'm doing here is just placing some clouds here and there, and it's much lighter. So I'm just letting it. You know, the pink was still wet, moist. You don't want it too wet, but you want it moist. All right, there's a big dark, very rich blue cloud in the background here, and that is ultramarine and Windsor blue with a little touch of cad red. All right, goes right across. It's actually obviously in front of that cloud. All right, just pulling down a little more pink to get around that, enhance the sunlight. It's all nice and wet. This is a nice, juicy, very fluid painting. All right, I'm adding a tiny drop of white gouache on top of that blue, just to get that cloud look on the top. So just pushing it through. All right, here's the reflections. Look at this as if the marsh was not there. Painted as if the marsh was not there. So we got the pink in the center, reflections, the blue on the right. That's the same ultramarine with a touch of Windsor blue and a little touch of cad red in there on both sides. And just mix them up. Let that mix that edge. Staying away from that back cloud, just because it's still very wet and I don't want it to run down yet. I'll pick that drip up. All right, there's the dark trees in the background. There's ultramarine with quinceanea and rose. Very dark, as you can see. All right, goes all the way across. Little indications of trees on the top. That's it. Take your time with that. Nice and dark. All right, I'm using the same color. It looks black, but it really isn't black. It's a warm. I added some quinceanea to it here on the marsh, so it's a little warmer, but it's still very dark. Try to keep that little space, that little white line in the background. You know, it just indicates the water in the background. All right, this is the marsh, and we'll bring it out. I'm going to use a flat brush later to really bring that way out, but okay. All right, so this just the fingers of the marsh. All right, I'm going to warm this up in the front. I'm just going to take some cadmium red here, blend it right in. It looks a little bit striking when you first put it down, but that will blend in and become very muted. All right, so I'm mixing it with that dark color. So that's the top of the marsh, and when we finish this, the top of the marsh, we're going to get that sort of down as the marsh turns down. Okay. And this is where it turns right across. I'm taking that really dark color and just mixing it with that reddish tone I had. And this is that piece of marsh that goes to the right there. I'm leaving a little pool. Okay. All right. Just mix that in. That red will dissolve. All right, this is very dark, ultramarine with quinsienna. And this is as the marsh turns down, so you're really looking at the earth there, you know, as it turns down, and it's mixing with the grass, and so you're going to have this very ragged edge that comes down and actually reflects into the water there. Okay? Yeah. All right. All right, I'm using a flat brush here, and I'm just sharpening that edge where the sea meets the grass in the back, the trees, I'm sorry, the dark trees. All right, and then I'm going to carefully extend these fingers out. Put indications of grass on top of that, and you know, that's all. We'll just extend it. We have a bunch of fingers going out. Okay, and the top of this will be a little ragged, a little more. Okay, so there you go. It's a lot easier. I'm going to get rid of this light on the bottom here. It's pulling our attention down, so we don't need it, but we'll make it nice. So there's the finished painting. All right, thank you for joining me. Subscribe if you have not. I appreciate it, and I will see you again very soon. Have fun with that. Good painting. Thank you.